So yesterday, when Pokemon made their official statement about prismatic evolutions acknowledging the supply shortages, I felt bamboozled reading this. But yesterday when I made my video talking about this news, I try to be pretty neutral about it, kind of give all sides of how people could take the statement, but I really didn't want to say what I really took from it because I didn't know how the majority of people would react to this news because if I say something that's not in the majority or whatever, people will just say you're coping or whatever. But how I really felt about this statement, I guess I didn't really, express that in that video. So today I really wanted to, share with you guys how I really feel about this statement and what I actually get from this. Because honestly, reading online, a lot of people that are, I think, pretty smart. I saw some comments from that video. I saw some comments from just online in general. People thinking the same way I'm thinking. And I want to express that and explain that in this video, how I actually see this statement and what I actually think this really, truly means. So I want to just, I guess, preface this whole thing by saying this is all speculation. Everything I'm saying is not factual. It's all just my opinion, right? You don't have to agree with me, but I'm just going to explain how I actually see this statement and what it means. So I'm going to first just read the whole thing and then talk about what I really see from the statement. I know you guys have probably read this a million times, but just for the people that haven't, I'm just going to read this. We are aware that some fans may experience difficulties purchasing Prismatic Evolution's products at launch due to high demand impacting availability. We understand this inconvenience can be disappointing for fans, and we are actively working to print more of the impacted products as quickly as possible and at maximum capacity to acknowledge this. Reprinted products are expected to be available at participating retailers as soon as possible to help ensure fans receive more opportunities to access Prismatic Evolutions. In addition, new products, which, the surprise boxes, booster bundles, the tins, whatever, they're coming in a few months. We'd like to thank the community for their continued support and patience as we work to deliver and, the highly anticipated expansion to fans. So now that I've read that, you now know what the statement is exactly saying. Let me tell you my thoughts about this. So my first thought, honestly, when I even saw this, statement, without even reading about it, just seeing that it was about a reprint or something or about them printing more, automatically, I was like, okay, this has to be just a PR stunt. Because guys, think about it this way. They made this statement about printing more to capacity or whatever words they're trying to use, right? They're making this statement before the set's officially released. Think about how crazy that is. They're making the statement that they're going to try to print more to maximum capacity as quickly as possible. But the set hasn't even come out yet, and they're making this statement. Like, that in itself was kind of really fishy to me. I'm like, okay, these people, the set's not officially released. Like, why would they make the statement now? Like, maybe make it when it's officially released and we actually see if there is, supply shortages or kind of take everything in. Because, guys, like I said, everything right now on the market, pre-orders and everything, this is not all the supply. But the fact that they're already saying this shows something. I think a big reason they made this statement is because I saw so many people just on the subreddit literally email Pokemon about supply issues. That's how bad it is. I think Pokemon themselves were getting attacked by fans for not printing enough. And I feel like this is a PR stunt, and they said this to calm people down. And it seems like a lot of people took the bite. A lot of just casual fans, people that are new to Pokemon, took the bait, it seems, right? And now are happy. And they didn't even do anything. All they said was, oh, we're going to print to maximum capacity as quickly as possible. How do you know they're not already doing that? Like, if you really read in between the lines here, they're saying nothing. They're saying literally what is already known. We already know, right? Things are going to get reprinted in the future. We see that with certain products. Like, we know reprints are going to happen, right? The new products, we already know that stuff. Like, everything in the statement literally means nothing. But I really think Pokemon was getting attacked, getting a ton of emails, a ton of complaints about supply issues, and they had to say something. And this is what they came out with. And I think a lot of people sort of are falling for it. And I think them doing this in the statement actually did do what they wanted to do. It seems like a lot of people are more calm. A lot of the people angry at Pokemon, print to oblivion, print more. A lot of these people have calmed down. A lot of these people are actually laughing at scalpers without anything even happening, guys. A lot of people are already laughing at scalpers, and literally this is all Pokemon has said, and they're already happy. Like, that's how quickly people react to these sort of things. Without any data or anything, just this vague statement saying they're going to print maximum capacity as soon as possible. Like I said, how do you not know they're already doing this? And, I read also on this post, I wanted to scroll down here, and, I saw this. I think here, okay. This person, obviously, okay, their username's crazy, ignore that. But this person is saying that they work in a, obviously this is all Reddit, people can lie or whatever. But basically, I'm not reading this whole thing, but basically they're explaining that printing cards, especially like more like intricate stuff, not like the like fake Pokemon cards, something that's easy to mass produce. They're saying to print these sort of cards where they're pretty, intricate like Pokemon cards. It's not as easy as people think. And I think that's true. I mean, there's literally videos of like short clips of the Pokemon factory. It seems pretty intricate. And, people I think underestimate that. And they think that Pokemon literally can just print like these cards on a piece of paper and that's it. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. If there's videos out there, if you guys are interested, there's a lot of stuff that goes through with these things, right? Quality control, all these certain things. I think people underestimate that. So I think people from this, statement, seeing that they're saying as quickly as possible, maximum capacity, they think that this huge amount of supply is just going to magically appear very soon. But I don't really think that's the case. And, I'm not trying to make this video and say that they're not going to reprint Prismatic Evolutions. There obviously are. I mean, they're reprinting Surging Sparks already. So I'm not saying they're not. But people, I think, are taking this the wrong way. I think a lot of people are falling for this PR stunt of them saying they're going to reprint as much as soon as possible. Like, they're not already doing that. Like, they're actually going to solve the supply issue. And I feel like a lot of people, I'm telling you, a lot of people are falling for this. And honestly, I was starting to consider yesterday when I was really kind of bamboozled. I'm like, you know what? Maybe they are changing their mind. Maybe this is the time they start printing stuff into the ground. It may still be that way. But now that I really think about everything going on, them making the statement before the set's even released, what they actually said in the statement, and just considering also the other factors, like Surging Sparks reprints that are going to be happening in February, Journey Together being released here very shortly. You take together all these certain things, and like I just showed you, I don't think, these things can get printed instantly like some people think. You take all these factors together. Guys, this statement, I think, was really just a PR stunt for them to just say something that they know about it. But the thing is, I think the real problem is they just can't print enough. But they want to make it seem like it's okay. They want to say, and say something that people want to hear, but not what they need to hear. Because honestly, I feel like Pokemon, they are, I've said this before, I'm kind of more on the side that they probably are printing to capacity, but there is a lot of demand. I know there's been speculations of, Pokemon causing, artificial scarcity and whatever. But I'm more on the side of they are just printing to capacity. And, by just reading everything about this statement, it really doesn't say anything, guys. Like, we know reprints are happening in the future. That's obvious, right? We all know this. Surging Sparks, for example. Obviously, it's getting reprinted earlier than maybe a normal set would, but we know this. And, them adding that there's also newer products coming in the future. Guys, I don't know if you guys know, but I've watched a lot of videos from people who have distributors. Hey, it looks like those new releases, they're not getting much of that either. So you take all this into account, this statement, I think, is literally just, it literally is just to try to calm people down. And honestly, it's like I said, it's kind of working. People are not as upset at Pokemon because they acknowledged it. Wow, they acknowledged it, right? And, a lot of people, I think, the scalpers, people like me, I think some of them, like I was like that kind of. I was like, maybe I should sell some of my stuff. Maybe I should sell some of my stuff quicker than I wanted to because of this statement. But then I thought to myself, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, maybe that's what they partially want to happen. That this is like a mind game. They want you to think everything's okay. They want you to think that a lot of supply is coming. So all these scalpers and stuff will maybe go away. Maybe it'll help the supply issues a little bit while they actually try to print. I think this is really them just bluffing. And, I could be wrong with this, guys. Like I said, before I even mention all this stuff, I'm speculating here. This is all just my opinion and what I'm seeing. But, I really don't think this is like a thing with people. Like, people always go back to Sword and Shield days with Shining Fates. Like, it's so just, anytime you bring like a setup like this, people will say it's going to get printed in the ground like Shining Fates. It could happen. Like, I never discount the fact that it's never possible. Like, it's 100% possible. But it just seems like with actual demand right now and the market we're in compared to back then, in this set, guys, it's like people comparing Surging Sparks to Vivid and now people comparing Prismatic to Shining Fates. The comparison makes no sense other than you could say that they're both specialty sets and get reprinted in the ground, possibly. But when you look at Prismatic Evolutions, pull rates, people saying it's difficult. You look at EVs in this set, you take this market. I don't think this is right now in this market a Shining Fates situation. Could it be a Shining Fates situation in a year from now when things cool off? Sure. But I think in this market, I don't think so. That's just my opinion. I can't see Prismatic Evolutions. Let's say they do have these reprints, whatever they're talking about, because yeah, they're going to happen, right? Let's say it happens in a few months from now. I don't think it's going to happen in a month, right? Because literally, that's Surging Sparks in a month, in February. So let's say 3 months from now. I think that's pretty reasonable. Reprints happen. I don't think that product, whatever comes on the market, I don't think is going to matter that much. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you guys. You can say I'm coping, you can say whatever you want, but when you look at the demand for the set, people literally willing to pay $18 a pack, $150 in Elite Trainer Box. Wherever this goes, before this gets reprinted, guys, I don't think this is crashing at MSRP. And that's just my opinion. You can obviously disagree, but when you take into account all the things they have to print in Prismatic Evolutions, how much they would really need to print of Prismatic to actually calm down the pricing and actually have a lot of supply to the market and calm this pricing down, I think the amount they would have to print would be so substantial that they actually can't. Because they have other sets they have to print. I know a lot of people like to have this thought process that Pokemon is going to print everything in the past and focus on old sets. Guys, they have all these new... Pokemon makes sets every 2 to 3 months. Like, that's already crazy enough. And when you have Prismatic Evolutions that's this high in demand and you still need to print other stuff in the future, I don't see, at least in the near future, where this whole, just crash happens with Prismatic because they're going to print everything into the ground. I just don't see that happening. And I know a lot of people did take that from this. Because look at all the people here saying, just scalpers. Are people already happy because they think this statement means a lot? Obviously, like I said, this subreddit is biased and whatever. But look how many people seem to be, obviously in my opinion, taking the bait with this statement that they really think Pokemon now seeing this problem, they're going to print everything to the ground. I don't think it really works like that. And that's just my opinion. And in the comment section, you can say I'm coping all I want because, like I told you guys, I have pre-ordered a lot. I don't lie to you guys. I have pre-ordered a lot. But this whole thing that people are taking from the statement, I think, is sort of wrong. But I think Pokemon has purposely made the statement to confuse people and sort of mislead people to thinking that there's going to be this huge amount of supply coming soon. I think that this is a PR stunt to calm people down from attacking Pokemon, saying to print more, print Oblivion, screw these scalpers. I think that's what they really wanted to do, and it looks like they succeeded. And we will really see if I'm wrong about this in the future, and we'll see if these people are right, that are, this thing just get printed into the ground in the next few months here, and then everything crashes and we all lose money. We will see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and my take on this whole statement. I think it's a little bit fishy. They were very vague. And just the timing of how they, when they came out with the statement before the set was released, I think shows their urgency to just need to say anything, something to calm people down. So that's all I wanted to say today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments what you take from the statement. I'd really like to hear what you guys have to say. Comment down below if you watched all the way to the end of this video, you watched the whole thing. Comment down Prismatic Evolutions to $200 in Elite Trainer Box or something like that. Because honestly, Right now things are coming down a little bit, right? With ETBs, we see some selling for 130, 120, even very low 100s on eBay. Guys, when the supply dries up in the first couple of weeks, when this set is released, all this, scalpers, especially people who are scared about this, sell instantly. When that supply dries up, honestly, since we've seen already sales 150, 160, I think this could go to 200, and that's just my take. So comment down below. Prismatic Evolutions ETBs to 200, because I think it's honestly possible in this market. Rip and shippers, gamblers, all these people, I think it's possible. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was like a 15-minute long video, so if you watched all the way to the end, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.